Hi, so I love making granola. Who here buys snacks all the time, like Cliff Bars or granola or this and that in the stores? Like, pretty much everyone, right? And it's very expensive. We're hurting in our pockets for that. Instead of doing that, you could buy, or you could just buy the raw ingredients, like these ones over here, and make your own granola. So what I've got here is some oats, rolled oats, almonds, some flax seeds, cinnamon, vanilla, honey, sugar, salt. That's all you need. To begin, what you start with is you butter up your baking dish. A 9 by 13.5 is a good size. So butter it up. I use Strauss Organic European butter. For a free t-shirt, can anyone tell me why it's called European? I don't know. I think can you tell us this?
Oh, geez.
Is it, are there European cows? Is that why it's called?
No, it's the butterfat content. In Europe, the butterfat content is higher, so it's an 85% butterfat.
Wow, and how much is an American?
American is probably around, oh gosh, less than that. I don't know.
Yeah, which means that American butter isn't as tasty as European butter. So I like to use European butter because it's just so delicious. I've already buttered this up, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add our oats. We have 4 cups of oats. We have some granola makers in the middle taking notes over there. They're going to steal my recipe. Here we go. It's 4 cups, and to that we're going to add our almonds. We have 1 cup of almonds right here. Yeah, slivered almonds. The oats are organic, but unfortunately I could not find organic slivered almonds. I looked high and low, all over the stores, couldn't find it. I have no idea why they don't sell that, because people like me who make tons of granola need organic stuff. Like, this doesn't cut it, but it'll have to do for the time. So I buy organic because I think it's right for us to save our earth, to use less chemicals, put less crap into the world. So this is what I like. Hey, I'm going to pop this into the oven at 350 degrees. We're just going to toast it up, make it nice and brown and really flavorful. We're going to time this just about 10 minutes.
And so it's just almonds and oats?
Almonds and oats, that's all you want to toast. Yeah. So we're going to time it up. I have my little chicken timer from Servotom. It's really awesome. So 10 minutes on that. And while I'm doing that, while it's toasting, I'm going to heat up my little electric burner right here. Wish I had gas, but they won't let me use it in this building. I think they think I'm going to be an arson of some sort. Anyways, back to the oats. They're done. This is what you get. These, let me show you, before and after. Okay. You guys want to come up and see? Before we have these oats and almonds that are this third stage. They are bland, boring. Afterwards, we've got these nice toasted ones. You can see the color coming out, the caramelization coming, and they're much tastier. So you can see the difference. This is what you want to look for when you are toasting your oats and your almonds. So I've got the Strauss organic butter right here. We're going to use 1/3 of a cup, and we are going to melt it in our little saucepan over here.
If you don't use European butter, should you use more butter?
That's a good question. I would, because I like the flavor. If there's more flavor, it makes me happier. But I think like with the water evaporate this, if we were to use American butter, like reducing it.
They probably would. I mean, I just checked my little brochure because I've only worked with Strauss for a year. So U.S. butters are 80% and European is 85%. So again, it's just more fat.
Just a little bit. So if we want to use American butter instead, can we use more of it and then just reduce it down, evaporate the water or something?
You actually, with our butter, you want to use less because it just has such a higher butterfat content. It makes pastries and things like this a lot crispier, fluffier. I had the same equivalent of regular butter with butter that I use with syrup, which is so buttery. So you have to be careful with your ratios.
Well, the question is American butter versus European butter, both will straps. So can we use maybe like a half of a cup of American butter instead of a third of a cup of
I
European?
would think so. You want to
Okay, so we'll do that when you make this granola without European. Yeah, so we have this butter nicely melting over here. Smells so good. You guys want this stuff, I know, but I'm gonna have it, it's all mine. Okay, so we've got this nice and melted. And now we're gonna add our salt. Who uses sea salt? Yay! Who doesn't use sea salt? Boo! You guys who don't use sea salt are missing out on the minerals in sea salt. Sea salt has so much more flavor. It's not as salty, but it's like a world of difference when you use it compared to conventional salt. Conventional salt is like sodium chloride. This stuff has tons of minerals that are really great and tasty. So we're going to put a quarter of a teaspoon in. Just about that much. Okay. And I always have to set aside my ingredients on the other side when I'm done with them so I don't mix them up because I'm forgetful. It's terrible. Next, we're going to put in our evaporated cane sugar. This is organic stuff. And you might be asking, why, Melissa, do you use organic cane sugar instead of regular sugar? Well, my answer is, I like to use stuff that is less processed. I hate when my food is overly processed and tasteless. When you use evaporated cane sugar, you're getting more minerals because it's not as processed as the refined sugars. By the way, this is my boyfriend, Chris. He likes to drink this Strauss milk because it's what makes him strong. So we've got 2 tablespoons of this stuff. And you can substitute sugar 1 to 1, it just won't be as good. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. He's bringing the Pavel yogurt. This is locally produced organic yogurt that we're going to be eating with our granola later. It is delicious. It is the best yogurt you'll ever have. So we're going to put in some organic dark brown sugar. This stuff, not only is it organic, but it's fair trade. Does anybody know what fair trade means?
They don't exploit the areas where they're getting the products from.
Right, so how do they do that? Do they pay the workers more, or?
I'm not sure of the exact details, but I know that wages are definitely higher. And
Right.
they get some of the profits.
Right.
It's much more proportional than you find things.
Exactly. So if you just buy like dark brown sugar or coffee or vanilla that's not fair trade, you're not sure if the workers halfway across the globe are being paid. You're not sure if they're slaves, like just working day by day to get enough money to pay, to feed themselves and their children. So when I buy fair trade, I know that people across the globe are being fed, which makes me happy, by the way. Yay!